Hello, all you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Brady coming to us from the Paragon video, and today we are going to be talking about esports, which is literally my favorite thing to talk about. And some of you might be thinking, well, Brady, you're not playing in these tournaments. You said you don't like playing in these tournaments because you don't have enough time because you're better than all of us. Yeah, well, I know, but it doesn't mean that I don't like them. It doesn't mean that I don't like competitive play. I love competitive play. I've always tried to do esports in every game that I play, whether it was Call of Duty, whether it was this game, whether it was some other not so big games. Like I'm very competitive, very competitive in nature, and I really like esports. Just because I don't do it doesn't mean I don't like to analyze it. And I feel like in my position, you know, I'm involved with it a lot. I'm involved with the top tier players quite often, considering Max MMR every time, the Discord channels, etc. That I kind of understand the environment and thoughts within the community. And also, I just play this game a lot, bro. I just play it a lot. Dude, it's every day, bro. England is my city. So anyway, what I want to talk about today is actually Monolith Magazine. Shout out to them, because they put out an amazing article about how, with V44, Paragon's skill floor was lowered while also raising the skill ceiling. The skill ceiling got higher. And I wanted to kind of just comment on this because I really thought this was a great article. You guys should check them out. The link will be in the description. It's just a great article. They talk about a lot of great stuff in this and how it's really not as bad as people say it is. In fact, I've been saying it. I've been preaching that V44 definitely a step in the right direction since the previous iterations. There's still a long way to go, but let's just talk about it real quick. I'm going to summarize the article and just put my 2 cents in on it. So basically what it says is that with the addition of the last hitting, with the last hits being, you know, the call of the week on everything, it doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference at higher level play. Because last hitting as a skill is not hard, and I totally agree with this. You just gotta press a button and aim and just time it right. It's not hard. It's the positioning and the timing of farming itself that good players and pro players, quote unquote, are better than just average players. Knowing when to farm and knowing when to rotate, they're just efficient at farming, not really pressing the basic attack button to get the last hit. So the fact that last hitting got easier might lower the skill floor, which it does, for newer players, helps them get into the game quicker. It doesn't necessarily lower the skill ceiling, because this is something that should come second nature at a certain point, and that all good and or top tier players that need that ceiling to be raised are already really good at and just do it without even thinking about it, are just really efficient. So that's where that comes into play, okay? So that's not the problem. That just makes it easier for newer players to come in, which there's nothing wrong about that. And when I first thought about it, I was like, oh man, this is bad. This is making the game simpler. It's not going to be as fun. But after reading this article, I really thought to myself, like, yeah, like, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, last hitting is still last hitting, and once you get used to it, you get used to it. Just because it's easier now doesn't mean that it's not easier for everybody, right? So it's basically a level playing field. So it's not all bad. Another thing is that because of the complex jungle and the addition of new objectives such as Fangtooth, the skill ceiling was raised because you have to have better map awareness, you have to have better decision making, all things that comprise skill in MOBAs. Monolith Magazine talks about this as well in the article, which I agree with. They do have to balance Fangtooth, and balance is still a big issue, and they're still going to add more to the jungle. That's what they said, at least. And a lot of this stuff with the HUD and everything, and they're going to let you change it around. And all that kind of stuff remains to be changed. So as a game, obviously Paragon's not ready, and it's going to take a while to get to that level of esports that, let's say, League of Legends is at. But it is making moves in the right direction, and I like the moves that it makes in this regards. That you have to lower the skill floor to have a bigger audience and let more people in to the game. And then you need to raise the skill ceiling to allow players to get better and better and to spread out the diversity of skill levels. So to that, I want to add a little bit of criticism. I hope Epic at least fixes the matchmaking max MMR to kind of, you know, split it up a bit more, because it is pretty low right now in comparison to the skill range of a lot of people. You know, Plats can play with Masters, which is just not fair for the Plats. It really doesn't help them get much better if they just keep getting destroyed. And then the Diamonds just get really easy kill, or easy farm basically in pubs, and they don't get much practice in regular pub games. It's not as interesting or as competitive. So anyway, go check out that article. Here's a plug for Monolith Magazine. I just thought that shit was sick. Go let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you have any other things that you want to talk about in this regard. And yeah, I love talking about esports. Let me know with the likes if you want me to talk about more stuff in this regard. As always, make sure to have a wonderful day. Peace.